there was a big hole in the program.
They do not know what watches and clocks are.
They don't believe that we have an equal right to life.
The current Ebola outbreak is the world's
This is the worst thing any of us have ever seen.
I hope all of you have seen the film by now. This is a film that was many, many years in the making and tracks a relationship and the arc of an organization and a movement really over 4 decades. And the story of these individuals and of Partners in Health is told obviously really, really movingly. But the film is so much more than that.
I think that friendship is obviously very important in this. And as I've reflected on this, there's no question that the friendship comes first. We all came from entirely different experiences, different countries. So we recognized in each other, and this is important, as we grew, we recognized in each other a sensibility, a way of looking at the world. And I think that that is the stuff that you need to be able to do difficult work together, uphill work. There was trust. And as you said, of course, there was love. And I think that there was also humor. And I can't underline that enough, but really we went through some very, very dark times, and I'm sure we'll do together. So, you know, those kinds of characteristics were a constant as we grew.
It never felt to me like I'd left Partners in Health and gone to another institution. It felt to me like I was bringing Partners in Health to the institution. I mean, we created this human capital index because I wanted to hold leaders of countries responsible. And so now we have an index that tells people every 2 years now how they're doing on health and education. And it's been very interesting because the thing that I worried about was I would go to meeting after meeting where heads of state and ministers of finance would wax poetic about how much they cared about health. But in most places, unlike Rwanda, in most places they weren't doing anything.
What the film shows us is that we have learned in Rwanda to take decision evidence-based, and we have understand that we need to invest in human development. It is important for the development of the country to leave no one out. 25 years after the genocide, we have built a health sector purposely based on equity.
We were humbled by the incredible success of Rwanda. In the United States, we have great medical care. We have world-class hospitals. We were trained there and grateful for that excellent training. But there's no connection, ostensibly no connection between communities, health centers, and hospitals.
For those who don't know me, I have worked with Partners in Health for nearly 2 decades now in many capacities, especially in Rwanda, and helped to start University of Global Health Equity. The film traces decades of work and it sort of ends at the time that UGHE begins, right? It's sort of in the closing credits that the sort of next step was to build this university.
I mean, the whole point of UGHE is it addresses the whole system.
Is there a way to use this notion of equity, a stand-in for fairness and justice, as a guardrail against having an institution that just is not able to do this work over the decades and centuries that are required? Elevating equity was really the best idea that we had. This idea of putting equity in the name of the university was really, as much as anything, to try and prevent us from adding up to less than the sum of our parts.
The next chapter will be huge, but never enough, because we have so much to do all together. We have started to create, to diversify what we are teaching inside Rwanda, but also open a satellite campus outside Rwanda, because we cannot absorb the demand for this type of education. The demand for this type of know-how and vision and philosophy in what health is, what equity is, how can I do that? So there is a lot to do, and we will do our best to improve access for all by growing UGHE.